How do you like that? He slugged me.
If you weren't my friend, I'd say you had it coming to you. Why didn't you wait until we had the block surrounded?
You know, I was just wondering that myself. Anyway, I winged him, and I know now what he used to kill Hawks and Sightless. I was coming up the stairs.
Tell me about it on the way down.
He has no right hand. There's an iron hook attached to his forearm, and that's his weapon. I saw it, and I felt it.
Maybe you're right. Come on, I want to show you something. Look at these scratches. They're brand new, aren't they?
Say, he uses that hook for everything, doesn't he?
Must have been an important call, or he would never have stopped to use this phone.
You're right.
As a reward for your good work tonight, I'm going to give you a nice, safe job, finding out who he was calling.
You mean me?
That's right. I'll explain at headquarters. I'll tell you what these scratches give us, Pat. What's the first thing you do when you dial a telephone number?
Why, I look for a nickel.
Oh, no.
Oh, I dial the exchange.
That's right. You dial the first two letters of the exchange. Now, these scratches appear only in the first two holes.
I get it, Dick. The exchange the killer was dialing has got to be here.
Correct. In checking a list of exchanges, you'll find there's only one exchange with a combination of these letters. BA for Banning.
But what about these other two scratches?
That's even simpler. Since they appear in the first hole, the killer could only have been dialing the number 1 twice.
Then we know the number the killer started to dial is Banning 11 something something.
Now, all we have to do is find the complete number, and we'll know who the killer was trying to call.
But there's lots of telephone numbers that start that way.
I know.
Dozens, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe even as many as 100.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm giving you the job, Pat, of finding the exact number.
You mean you want me to call every number starting with BA11? Now, look, Dick.
Get to your desk, Pat, and start in.
But, Dick, who do I say is calling and who am I supposed to be? A guy's got to know those things. I can't just walk into something blind.
Find anything, Donovan?
I think this is it, Mr. Tracy.
Yeah, that looks like the bird, all right.
Mm-hmm.
According to this, he hasn't been around since bootleg days. Used to be a hijacker. Coast Guard cutter rammed him. Lost his right hand and crippled his right leg.
Yep, that's him.
Did a stretch in the pen. Only been out about 6 months. Calls himself a lot of things. But his most popular name is the Claw. Well, Pat, I guess that's the answer to your question.
Yep.
Shall we send out a pickup on him?
No, not yet anyway. The Claw isn't in this alone. Furs aren't in his line. He wouldn't know how to dispose of them.
Any idea who the higher-up is?
I'm depending on Pat to tell me that.
You mean you want me to imitate this guy?
Use your deepest baritone, Miss Patton. Here's your telephone. Now, I guess you're all set.
This is the Claw speaking.
No.
This is
Pat.
This is the Claw speaking.
See that he keeps that pitch, Donovan.
Right.
Now, let me know the minute you get results.
Yes, Dick. I mean,
Gotcha, boss.
Hello.
Tess.
Dick, Vitamin's grieving dreadfully. I feel that you ought to speak to him.
What's the matter with him?
Well, his conscience. The news about Sightless came over the radio, and, well, dear, I told him that we all felt bad about it, but take a look for yourself.
Snap out of it, Vitamin. It's true you did send Sightless away from the house, but you don't...
If I hadn't, he'd still be alive. The solution to your entire dilemma was on the lips of that peddler, and I silenced them forever. Now I needs must atone for my crime.
But, Vitamin, there's nothing you can do now.
Nothing. There's nothing so difficult to do as nothing. What is it, Dick?
Vitamin, there is something you can do, but I don't know whether you...
But to me no buts, sir. Put me to the test.
hello? This is the Claw speaking. I quit, wise guy.
What did they say this time?
This is the Claw, eh? Then go scratch yourself. Insults. That's all I get. A man in my position.
I'm sorry, Pat. You're in my custody. Orders from the chief. He just called.
Where was he calling from? Home in bed?
No, he's on his way to Humphreys.
What do I care where he was on his way to?
Well, that's so as you'll know where to report to him after you've located his man.
Then ask him where he'll be a year from Thursday. Let's see, where was I?
Oh, Tracy.
Good evening, Mr. Humphreys. I hope it's not too late for a call.
Certainly not. Come in.
Thank you.
Sit down, Mr. Tracy. I suppose if you had any good news, I wouldn't have to ask you.
That's right. I had hoped to recover your furs tonight, but something went wrong.
You mean they're still in the city?
I'm sure of it. and we hope to get them back for you shortly.
Please don't take offense at this, Tracy, but tell me frankly. Did Premium ask you to come over here and tell me that?
No, why should he?
Well, tonight the period of grace for the insurance company expires. And they have to produce either the furs or the money.
You think they'll stall on their settlement?
It was just an idea.
What I really wanted to ask you was, how long has it been since the combination was changed on your vault?
The insurance company insisted on it being changed when they wrote the policy.
Who actually made the change?
I don't know. Cud brought a serviceman over with him.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Humphreys.
Yes, sir.
I hope to have some news for you soon.
Okay. And the same to you, with many unhappy returns.
Dick just called again. He seems disappointed with you.
I'm not too happy about him either. Hello, this is the Claw speaking.
About time you called.
Hey! He knows me.
What number did you call?
I don't know.
I'll have it traced. Keep talking.
What do I say? What do I talk about?
Furs, women, anything.
Furs, women, anything. Yeah, I'm still on the line, boss. Well, you see, I couldn't, boss. I ran into a little trouble. Donovan! He hung up.
What number did you dial?
I don't know.
Well, think.
I can't think.
You can't think.
No.
Fine.
Oh, hello, Tracy.
Hello, Cud.
Who is it?
I'm Tracy, remember me? I found your corridor door open, so I walked right in. Keeping rather unusual business hours, aren't you?
You find out anything?
Did you know that somebody changed the combination on Humphrey's vault shortly before the robbery?
Mm-hmm. One of the conditions under which we wrote the policy. It's not unusual. Should be done periodically anyway.
Do you know the new combination?
I do. I went with the serviceman that did the job.
Do you know it too, Mr. Premium?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. Say, what are you driving at, Tracy? Are you suggesting that Cud and I are in on this robbery?
I'm not suggesting anything yet, but somebody provided the thieves with the combination on that vault. Shall I take it?
No, I'll answer it. Hello? Yes? Oh, I can't go into that tonight. Have him call me back tomorrow.
Was that the Claw?
Who's the Claw?
He's a two-time killer, and he's got Humphrey's furs. He tried to sell them to a fence, but something went wrong.
Well, if you know who he is, why don't you arrest him?
I don't know where he is. But as he failed in contacting the fence, I thought he might call you tonight and offer to sell the furs back at a big cut under their real value.
Well, we did have such an idea, but we didn't know who had them.
Tonight's our deadline. And if we don't get the furs back, we'll have to settle with Humphreys. An experienced fur thief would know that.
The Claw has no experience with furs, but the man behind him has. Pat, what in the world happened to you?
I've got it, Dick, I've got it.
You've got what?
The man higher up, Banning 1126.
Well, who is it?
Humphreys.
Well, how do you like that? The guy figures to collect $100,000 on his policy and still have his furs.
Are you sure of this, Tracy?
I'm sure. And I've got a crooked finger to prove it.
It adds up, Cud. Humphreys is counting on you buying back the furs tonight.
Sure. He gets his furs back in the morning, plus his cut of the dough we pay to get him back.
And, Tracy, why don't you do something? Why don't you lock him up?
Now, let me get my hands on him.
By locking him up now, you risk losing your furs. And we might never catch the killer.
But Humphreys can tell us where the furs are hidden.
Don't you think he'll deny his connection with the crime? That means a trial. Giving the killer more time than ever to skip town with the furs.
That sounds reasonable.
Well, then what do we do?
You and I are going to stick right here. I'm more certain than ever now that the killer will give you a call tonight. You and Pat pay Humphreys a friendly little call.
Right. I think I'm going to enjoy this.
You know, Tracy, I got to admit it. I'm kind of glad you dropped in here tonight.
Hello?
Is
back there?
I'll see. No, he ain't in.
That's funny. You're supposed to make a very important call for me tonight. Why, Cud, I didn't expect to see you here tonight. Any news about the furs?
Plenty.
Oh, Humphreys, one of the first rules of our company is to always keep our clients covered.
I don't know what you mean.
Step inside.
Just a minute now.
Out here.
Come on, he's got to be here somewhere. Hey, he's here. He's drunk.
Let me see. He's not drunk. He's been hurt.
Well, looks like he added another tattoo mark to his collection.
Is he dead?
Just about. Hey, it looked to me like he had time to call the insurance company.
Maybe we ought to help him. I've had some experience sniping out bullets.
But why waste the time? Look, we're the perfect setup here. There'll be twice as much doing it for us if we call the insurance company. Just you and me.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when he finds out we double-crossed him?
By that time, we'll be seeing the world. Come on. That guy and his cats will...
Maybe your hunch was wrong, Tracy.
There could have been a slip-up somewhere.
Hello?
Is this the Honesty Insurance Company?
Yes?
Now, who am I speaking to?
Peter Premium. Who's this?
Never mind who this is. Look, how'd you like to get them Humphrey furs back tonight, huh? All right, listen carefully.
$50,000 back at the Blanket Skull in half an hour. Come by yourself.
$50,000. Back of the Blinking Skull.
And I'm warning you, no cops.
I understand. No cops.
What do you know about that? Back of the Blinking Skull.
Are you going, Tracy? Alone?
You heard what the man said. No cops.
Good luck.
Buy a pencil from a poor blind man. Buy a pencil from a poor blind man. Buy a pencil from...
Prithee, a random shekel for a myopic mendicant. Peasant. Ye gods, 'tis now the very witching time of night, but not a suspicious character in sight. Methinks I have failed Dick Tracy.
Hey, Sam.
What's the matter?
Look.
What?
Sightless.
What's the matter with you? You believe in ghosts? Come on.
Yeah, but...
I said come on.
Hey. Buy a pencil from a poor blind man.
Expecting someone to show in about 15 minutes. Let him in. And no one else.
Okay, Sam.
My most profound apologies.
On your way, brother. We got to draw the line somewhere. There's no moochers.
That epithet is applicable only to him who is afflicted with impecuniosity.
Come again?
Come again. I haven't left. There, keeper of the hooch.
Okay, name it.
Fetch me something savory and salubrious, concocted perhaps from citrus grown in the gardens of Granada, chilled by the snows of San Marita, served in a chalice by Cellini.
Sorry, Bob, we ain't got any.
In language comporting with your intelligence, lemonade.
Lemonade?
Dear me, doesn't anyone understand English anymore?
Come on, smile, kid, smile. Another few minutes, you and me is gonna be 50 grand richer. Somebody winged you, huh?
Just a scratch. Had me out cold for a while, though.
I think you'll let Jiggy take a look at that. He's pretty good with them things.
I'll be all right.
I think you ought to take him to see Jiggy.
Okay. I gotta stick around.
You can't go around like that.
I've done it before.
I think Sam is right. You ought to have that looked after.
You guys sound like you're trying to get rid of me.
Oh, no. No, you're wrong.
Sure act like maybe a black cat ran across your path.
You were wrong about me, Sam. I can't
No,
believe it.
I had nothing to do with it.
You were right.
I had nothing to
I didn't want to hurt you.
No tricks.
Yes?
Boss, this is the Claw. I just wanted to tell you, somebody from the insurance company's on his way down. I'll take him to the junkyard on Primrose Street. We'll have our dough in a few minutes. And, boss, we'll only have to split it 2 ways.
Fine, Claw. Fine.
What's the matter? Anything wrong?
No. Everything's swell, Claw. Everything's swell.
It's a frame-up! Wait for this.
Okay, Jigger, you lead the way.
Lead the way where?
Hey, you cops can't shove me around. I run a respectable joint.
We'll talk that over in the back room. Get going.
Dick Tracy.
I'll be right with you, Vitamin. Okay, Jigger, where'd he go? I don't know, Tracy.
I know. I heard everything. The furs are in the junkyard on
Black Street.
No, on Primrose Street.
Vitamin, I'll make you police commissioner for this. Call headquarters and have them send a squad car.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hey, these pipes are hot, Tracy. You better get used to the heat, Jigger. I know you're there. Come out. I couldn't get that police commissioner's job for you, Vitamin.
No?
That's filled for a while.
Ooh.
This is to show our appreciation.
Haven't you anything to say, Vitamin?
For the first time in my life,
I'm speechless. You know, I think we should give you a badge more often.
Oh, fortunately, I happen to have a little speech of acceptance with me. My dear friends, cannons to right of them.
Vitamin, I have a table reserved for us at a nearby restaurant. Suppose you say that speech until then.
Oh, Dick, how nice dancing.
Why not?
Tracy, I'm glad you're still here. I just got a report on Hatchet Harry.
What about him?
One of our men spotted him in the freight yards.
Sorry, Tess. Come on, Pat. Well, Vitamin, you won't mind taking